to my channel. My name is Nakamle and thank you so much for coming back once again. So today I'm just going to be talking about some tips that can help you survive nursing school or your nursing degree. I'm saying survive because there's like a vast amount of learning to do. So yeah, these are just a few things that I did and I'm still doing that I think is helping me in my nursing degree. And by now you would have already thought about like what route to take to do your training. So it can either be, the traditional uni route that you go to university to train, and so you would have your lecture time and then you have your placement time. Or the second option as well, or rather the other option as well, which is the apprenticeship. So this is where you already work in a hospital, maybe as a healthcare assistant or something else, and you want to train to be a nurse. So you can do an apprenticeship where you are still working and then training at the same time. So you would have like study days, which would be when you have your lectures, and then you would have your placement time at work where you come and do your placement, and then you have your shifts, which is your usual work days that you also come in and work as HCA, which is the healthcare assistant. At this point in time, like in the UK, these are the two routes that I am aware of. So now that we've chosen whatever route that we want to take, these are just a few tips that are helping me and might help you as well to kind of like grasp all that you can from your training. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is when it comes to your studying, when it comes to your lecture notes, your books, whatever, please do not procrastinate. Because after every single day, yes, you might say, oh, that's a lot of information to go through. Listen, the next day you go back to lectures is going to be the same amount of learning to do again. So why do you want to pile up all of that? You don't want to do that because you find yourself in a right mess. So every day, whatever it is that you've gotten from lectures, whatever notes you've done, please just go through. Do not procrastinate, because there is a lot of information to get in and to get through. That's my number one advice. Also, another thing that I will advise is you can record your lectures, but please make sure you ask permission from your lecturers or tutors before you record them, because of all the legalities involved in all of those things. Just let them know. Record your lectures, and like I said, do not procrastinate. As well, most of these notes and most of these lectures that you get in class, they are the same things that would usually be in your exams. They will test you in like these biosciences and stuff like that, pathophysiology and all of those things. Yes, they are the same things that you're going to get in your exams. So if you do very good notes in class, chances are you're going to do well in your exams as well. Another thing that I will talk about is the medical terminologies. Do not wait. Don't say I'm going to wait until I start practicing, or I start being practicing as a nurse before I'm going to start using my terminologies. No, start from day one. Look up medical terminologies. I mean, we've got the internet everywhere. Just look them up and get yourself into using them as often as you can, because mind you, when you get on placement, you would hear them. Nurses, doctors, physios, whatever, you hear everyone using them. So please look up medical terminology so that you will not be found wanting once you get yourself in place, or you find yourself on placement. Another thing that I would also say helps me a lot are quizzes, and there are so many of them online as well that are tailored to nursing. Just go through a lot of them, because usually whatever you find there, they are quite similar to things that you would get in your lectures and as well in your books. Most of the books are quite bulky, and just the sight of them can put you off. But that same information that you get in those books, some of these online quizzes have them, and they have simplified them, and they are easy to remember, because if you keep doing them, if you keep answering these quizzes, I mean, they just stick easily, and you remember them faster than you would if you were reading the actual book. That's not to say you don't have to read your textbooks. You still need to read your textbooks. This is just another way to make it more easy to absorb the information from your textbooks. And the reason I say this as well is because you would usually find these quizzes even when you have your phone, so it makes it even more accessible as well to read. And then another thing, if you see me looking down here, it's because I've got some notes on paper that I'm referring to, so that's the reason I might be looking down there. The biggest one that has helped me, and it's still helping me to date, is my favorite university, YouTube University, or University of YouTube. Yes. What do you want that you cannot find on YouTube? Same applies to things related to nursing. So say things like from your bioscience, anatomy, you have loads of nurses, physicians that are giving out free lectures, and they make it so easy, because sometimes when you're in lectures and it's going on, it just goes on, and you're like, you're not getting anything, it's not sinking in, what is blah 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 blah. But these ones on YouTube, some of them are really good at the way they deliver the topics, so it makes it really easy for the information to sink in. At the same time, things like pathophysiology, we all know how in-depth pathophysiology is, and sometimes you just like get flustered. But once again, on YouTube there are some very good nurses out there that would teach you, and they would lecture, and is even better than when you go into lectures. Topics on like fluids and electrolytes, topics such as like other IVs, medications, care plans, your A to E assessments, and like so many, like endless. Even when it comes to anatomy, just take the anatomy of probably just the arm. You would find someone there that has just devoted their time to give you that, and there's so many to go through. If it's anatomy of the colon, whatever. That was my teacup, sorry. So yeah, my favorite one of all would be Registered RN. She is amazing at delivering these topics. She literally helped me with pathophysiology. She is just incredible. I just don't know what I would have done. Not to say that I don't get that information when I go to lectures or anything, but she is so good. So you can like look for her on YouTube and listen to some of her lectures. Another one that I also like to use is Khan Academy. Khan Academy. What is wrong with my words today? Khan Academy. Yes, he's also really good, especially when it comes to things like anatomy. I find that I really like to listen to Khan Academy and watch, because it's quite easy. They just break it down and make it very easy for you to understand. And then there's another one which is Nursing SOS. She also like uses like mnemonics and things like that to help you remember some of these pathophysiology things, so the scenarios and how to like go through them, if it's A to E, if it's yeah, with nursing interventions and things like that is so informative. So please just try and use these avenues as well on top of your own learning. And I find that this helps me a lot. It makes it easier for me to learn, because you can always, probably if you're commuting to uni or you're commuting to placement, you can just be listening on your phone or watching on your phone. If you're at home and you're doing your house chores, cooking, whatever it is, you can just be playing it and be listening. And so it's like you're killing two birds with one stone, really. Multitasking, yeah. Or you're running errands or whatever, you can be listening to these things without actually having your face buried in a book, and all of this helps. So if you take these things on board, it's helped me, it's still helping me. I think, yeah, you would be all right in your nursing degree. So first, do not procrastinate with your studies. 2, read up on medical terminologies. 3, make use of online quizzes. And then 4, I would say YouTube. You get all the information that you want. So these are the 4 tips that have helped me and are still helping me till now. Thank you so much for coming back once again, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you for another time. Bye.